So you've got 100 grand and you're wanting to know how to invest in real estate, where to begin and what to do with it. I'm gonna help you navigate through what to do with that money. It may not be 100 grand, maybe 150, maybe 75, but kind of in that range. And I'm gonna help you understand very easily the best way to utilize that $100,000 to get into real estate investing. Now, if you ask a realtor what you ought to do with that 100 grand, it's likely that they may say something like, we should use it as a down payment to go buy a $400,000 house. And of course they would say that because their objective is to sell houses. Their incentive is the commission that gets paid along with that transaction. If you ask a guru what they ought to do with that $100,000, someone who has a high-level coaching program, it's likely that they would say, invest in your education. You see, no matter what you do, when you get advice from someone, you need to understand the money motivator behind their advice. Everyone has a motivation as to why they're giving advice to you. And I'm even gonna tell you the money motivator for me as to the advice that I'm going to give you, so you understand full well where this is coming from. My advice to someone who's got $100,000 is this: zoom in. It depends. Depends on how you got that money, your current income, where you want to go, so many different things. So I'm going to try to run down a couple of the common scenarios where someone could have come across $100,000 and what to do with it. You may have been saving and saving and saving. You could be a 40-year-old person who has just been able to get to the point where you've got $100,000 and now you're comfortable investing in real estate. The other person who's gotten there may have gotten a bonus from their work. The first guy worked a long time to get that money. The second guy got some bonus. The third person may have gotten a bonus, but it was done so in a retirement plan. And now they've got $100,000 in their retirement plan. That's another scenario. Or they may have just hit it big on the stock market. They put it into crypto, they put it into Dogecoin. They did something that is unexpected and has come up with a huge gain. And what should they do? Here's my advice. It's the same advice that Warren Buffett gives. It's the number one rule of investing: don't lose money. Take that money and safely invest it with a seasoned real estate investor who is going to partner with you on deals so that you can do two things. One, learn the business, and two, safely make money. If you take that money and try to put it towards real estate, you'll likely get a property, but you're not going to get a deal. You see, real estate investors are those who can find deals. Those deals are typically ones that need a lot of rehab. If you're a person who is just now getting into real estate and you're thinking to yourself, I got 100 grand, let me go buy a deal and let me go do all the rehab, I can tell you all the horror stories from people who paid too much, their rehab went too high, and now they've blown through their $100,000. They don't have any more money. You see, if you don't know what you're doing with your money and you're trying to apply it to real estate, you might end up with a property, but you might not end up with a deal. Whereas a seasoned real estate investor who is acquiring distressed properties, fixing it up, getting it rented, handling the entire thing, that's the business that they're in. Just go partner with those guys. And in the process, you're gonna learn about all of these different kinds of aspects. But you may say to yourself, Brad, why would I want to partner with someone when I can just learn it and do it myself? Here's why. It takes a long time to learn real estate. You've got to learn marketing. You've got to learn acquisition. You've got to learn disposition. You've got to learn title issues. You've got to learn real estate law. You've got to learn fair housing laws. You've got to learn tenant laws. You've got to learn construction laws, about codes, about pulling permits. You've got to learn a lot of things about a lot of stuff, and that can only be done over time. So you got $100,000. Are you willing to put the time, energy, and effort to learn all of these things? To spend months, even years learning this stuff? I can't tell you how many people I know who have $100,000 in their bank account, read every book, attend every RIA club, went to every weekend course, and still haven't done a deal. They have paralysis by analysis. So then they go through all of that education, haven't had any deals, and now say to themselves, there's one thing missing, and that's coaching. Which, like I said before, if you ask a guru, they're probably going to say, get into my coaching. And frankly, coaching is wonderful. I have acquired coaching. But in the process, you're going to spend 10, 20, 30, 40, even $100,000 on coaching, and now they're going to be coaching you on how to raise money to then go buy properties, to then go do deals. And that's fine. In fact, that's really beneficial to learn those skills on how to use other people's money to do real estate. So if you somehow came into $100,000, the question is, how did you get that? Have you been working your whole life in this job and now you've gotten to the point where you've got some money to play around with? I can't tell you how many times guys come to me and say, I want to get out of this business and into real estate. And the question I ask them is, well, how much money are you making in your business? Oh, I'm making $200,000-$300,000 a year. I said, do you know how long it's going to take for you to learn real estate to start making $200,000-$300,000? That's going to take 2, 3, 4, 5 years, depending on how dedicated you are to that. that? Why not double down on your own skills? Why not double down on your own industry? You see, I've had people who are junior executives for oil companies who are making $300,000 or $400,000 come to me and say, Brad, I want to quit my job and get into real estate. And I said, what for? They say, well, I want a different career path where I can get some passive income. I said, well, listen, if you quit your job, it's going to take you years and years and years to just get back to the current income that you're making right now. Imagine if you, instead of invested that time in learning this business, you invested that time in the job that you're already in. Do you think you'd get a promotion? What would a promotion do for you? Well, I'd go from $400,000 to $600,000. You might want to consider that. And instead of jumping ship from one vocation to another one, you may just want to partner with someone who's already doing it, learn as you go, make some money while you're doing it, and allow your money to work for you. Your money has a job. You worked very hard for it, and its job is to go, make friends, come back, and do so over and over and over again, safely. That's its job, is to make you more money. Your money needs to work as hard for you as you worked for it. If you've got $100,000, you're in a great position. So you've got options, and those options can be, yep, just go buy a property. Hopefully you're getting a deal that can cash flow and make you money and not be a headache. Yes, you can go buy some high-ticket coaching to try to get you to the next level. But my suggestion to you, partner with a local real estate investor who has been successful, who has some integrity, who's got a track record, someone who can utilize that capital safely. While you learn the business, while you make some money, while that is happening, invest in your own industry, invest in your own skill. Try to get that promotion, try to make more money doing what you're already doing, and then utilize that money to do more deals. There will be a day where you've done enough deals with that partner where you don't need that partner anymore. And then you make a decision. Now that I know the inside scoop, do you just do it by yourself, or do you continue to work with that partner? See, that's the decision you should make. Should I do it on my own, or should I just keep riding with this partner? See, I've got guys who started with me years ago who said that they wanted to learn this business. And as we started doing deals, they've learned this business. They've learned how to acquire deals. They've learned how to fix deals. They've learned how to facilitate deals. They've learned the entirety of what I do. And some of them have decided to go do it on their own. Some guys are letting it ride, and they're making more money in their vocation combined with our work together, who say, no, working with Brad takes all of the energy and effort off of my plate. I'm getting a great return without having to worry about it. Let me just keep things going. And those are the guys who retire 10, 15, even 20 years earlier than what they thought they would. Now, I'm not saying you and I can do deals. In fact, I'm very particular about who I do deals with. You may want to find someone in your local market that's more of a fit for you. They're investing in the markets that you really like. I suggest getting together with them, vetting them, making sure that they're top quality, making sure that your investment is secured against that property. Should something go wrong, you know how to get that money back. If you want to know more about that, man, hit me up. Go to bradhovis.com. I'll at least send you some resources that'll help you get going with that partnership program. So, what you do with $100,000? It's simple. Do deals with a trusted blue-collar real estate investor that knows what they're doing, that can maximize your capital and get returns for the both of you while you learn this business. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful for you. Please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.